It was a day like any other. I'd almost forgotten what had happened almost 2 weeks ago. I was in my base and upgrading my armor what I thought is now a normal world. That is, until this happened. Almost 2 weeks ago, I went against an all-powerful being and outsmarted it in the end. With his goal being to destroy this very world, I thought stealing him in the end would be the end of it. However, I'm currently falling through the floor. However, it clearly seems that my world isn't quite saved yet. However, I can't help but notice about how unfathomably similar these places look. It's almost like I've been here before. By now, I probably would have decoded something and had a clue of where I am or what I'm doing. However, there's absolutely nothing here for me to depict. I could truly be trapped here for the rest of time, unless I find something or anything. The strategy I started using was called the right-hand rule, or right-hand wall follower algorithm. It's a technique where you just follow the right wall in hopes of finding the exit in a maze. Luckily for me, it seemed as if it worked, but truly I say to you, I had no idea what was going to happen to me if I went down this hallway. I'm just gonna let the recording play until something interesting happens. I appeared to be in a laundry room, ignoring the fact that the door just disappeared behind me. However, I just realized that there has never been a physical threat to me. Yeah, there was an entity trying to destroy my world, and now there's this, but I'm not in danger yet. So reluctantly, I decided to willingly explore this place, trying to find an escape. There were vending machines in this area that gave some weird things. But it wasn't until I got into this section of this place where I noticed something. Morse code. This type of language is used by dots and dashes, and it can also be interpreted in sound. After deciphering it, it made an incomplete message, which I was kind of confused about, until later on when I was looking around, that's when I heard this. More Morse code. Now, at the time, I didn't realize it since there was music overlapping it, but you can pause the video and try to decipher it yourself to see what the message says. I started to mine the wood on the walls to try and get some materials from this labyrinth of things. I needed to stay prepared because what if I did encounter a physical threat, something I couldn't prevent? What would happen if I were to die in this world? Nothing so far in this world that has happened has been normal, so I can only assume the worst when venturing deeper into this thing. It's now when I realized that I was being trapped inside of liminal spaces. They're often categorized as places that feel eerie, abandoned, or somewhere you've been before. And it seems as if I was just trapped inside of an infinite neighborhood with no escape. No clues, no books, no nothing. I only could just wander as the night came on, until I started hearing this. Now, I did say that there was no physical threat, but once you hear this sound, you immediately start getting scared and look for cover. Exactly what I did. But it was only a matter of time before the day cycle came back again. The day and night cycle seemed to last only minutes, so that gave me enough time to look for a way out. And as soon as I saw the slightest difference in the terrain, I decided it was the exit. I hoped that this was the exit and I'd finally leave this surreal place. However, it only just got worse from there. This is probably the most cursed and weird place I've seen so far, probably because of the music and houses. I also tried to take fall damage here because the way I got in here was because I took damage through the floor, so maybe I can try to reverse that, but ultimately that didn't work. The only thing I could think of was just to continue wandering, but that is until night fell.
There is nothing left on this earth for us. This is the end.
I don't want to keep saying this, but there still hasn't been a physical threat, meaning that even though there's a bunch of cryptic music playing, I could just run through the fields, but I'd use up my hunger.
So scared. They're here.
Until I saw something different again. Different always seems to be the way out of these places. It's been so long since I've had any sort of food. I have no idea who's doing this or why I'm here. I was gonna starve in this liminal horror. That is until I spotted a gas station. Inside was the right amount of materials I needed to survive. And just as I was ready to get back on another hour journey, that's when I saw it. It was a part of my base, my bed, back at home. What was my bed doing in the middle of this desert? There's no way all of this was just a dream, right? Dreams don't happen in Minecraft. None of this is supposed to happen. all I know, this could still be that whatever I was just in. The crazy series of events is probably over, but I can never be too sure. I can never let my guard down again.